We're a national adventure platform for women, but our mission is to get women everywhere outside of their comfort zone and into some really awesome adventures. Basically, we want women to decide and to find within them the bold that is there. That often gets buried by so much other stuff in life. That boldness is still there, and you have to practice finding that boldness, and that's what we're here for.
I started Bold Betties in 2014 because I wanted to make it easier for everyday women to have experiences that would take them outside their comfort zones and help them build confidence. And the reason I wanted to do that was I had moved to Colorado myself about a year prior, and before I came here, I was working for about 4.5 years, 80 to 100 hours a week, and just needed to kind of get my priorities straight, get my head on, and stop living my life inside four walls. So I came to Colorado, spent all this time outdoors, and was just putting myself in these situations that were super scary, really intimidating, things I had never done before and didn't think I was capable of doing. I built a lot of confidence and courage through that, and so I wanted to figure out a way to just make it easier for other women to get that, because for me to get that, I took 7 months off work, I spent $5,000 at REI, you know, I was really privileged, and most people don't have that opportunity or luxury. So, you know, I knew that that was the problem I wanted to solve, was making this stuff less intimidating and more accessible. I had to figure out what the solution to that problem was going to look like. We're in 42 cities now around North America, and it's very hyper-local because that's part of solving the problem is we bring adventure to you. We don't make you come to it.
So it's free hikes, it's bike rides, it's brewery tours, it's happy hours, it's coffee dates. It can be really anything that empowers women and gets women together locally. About 80% of our events in each chapter are going to be free or extremely low cost. Then we also do regional things. It might be like a camping weekend up in the mountains here. It can also be national, so we do backpacking trips to Havasupai. Then we also do international. So you can really engage in any way that suits you. We want to meet women where they are.
We are open to complete novices. We are kind of like the gateway to adventure in the outdoors for women. It's not about competition, skill, strength, speed, any of that. You know, we don't care if you're the first one to the summit. We don't care if you're the best rock climber. It's more about getting outside and connecting with yourself and with nature and with other women.
Bravery means being afraid but doing it anyway. It doesn't mean the absence of fear. You're afraid, but you're going to push through that fear, and you're going to do it anyway. That can be really hard when you're on your own if you're out of practice. But when you're with a group of women who are all committed to the same idea, they push you through that fear.
The reason we don't step outside of our comfort zone more often is we're scared. But anytime you do something that you're scared of and you don't think you can do it, you prove yourself wrong. And that's super empowering. You know, when you can look back and 3 days ago you were too afraid to go hike that mountain, and then today you just did it, feel like a badass. That's awesome.
It's a scary world we live in. It really is, for a lot of people. And sometimes that fear is real. You know, a car almost hits you on the way to work. Sometimes it's perceived. Sometimes you're sitting on your couch and you don't want to answer this email that just came in because it makes you feel afraid. How do you handle that kind of fear? I like to say that having an I did it moment is the best way to get through those kind of fears. Let's say you take a week vacation and you come out with Bold Betties. And let's say you're going to go on, we're doing this really cool canoe paddle trip up on the upper Missouri River in Montana. You've got real obstacles that you've got to handle. You may have to portage your boat around something. You're going to have to build camp. You're going to have to do some pretty basic things just to stay alive out there. Or you could go on a vacation to Mexico on the beach where people bring you daiquiris all day and you read a book. And that's a great thing too. But I like to think about that feeling when you get back. When that first email comes through that next morning, probably like 50 emails come through. And you're like, oh, I don't want to do this. I could be on a beach having a daiquiri right now. What feels more daunting? That portage, you had to portage your boat around a waterfall, or those 50 emails? If I can handle that portage, I can handle anything. If I can handle that rock wall, if I can handle that rapid, I can handle those emails, no problem. And that I did it moment is everything, and that's something we don't get to experience a lot just by nature. You have to search out for that, and we like to make that search easier. Be kind, be respectful, be safe, be positive, and be inclusive.
If you go on a trip with Bold Betties, you know that all of the other women that are on the trip with you are going to be Bold Betties. And because of our brand and because of our code of conduct, the women that self-select into Bold Betties all tend to be very like-minded. And so there's just a comfort level in knowing that they're going to be able to bond and enjoy the experience with the other women that they're there. They don't have to worry about who's going to be on the trip with them and how that will affect the experience. And they also can trust that Bold Betties has curated that experience custom for them and vetted the guides and tour operators that we work with to make sure that the experience we provide is going to be tailored to the Bold Betties audience. We've been shown that it's not for us. We've been shown by the industry that the outdoors is for men, or for the hardcore, the ripped, the extreme, the strong, the people that are going to be doing these really crazy, daring things. And if that's not how you look, or if that's not how you're going to consume it, then it's not for you. If you can't see it, you can't be it, right? And Bold Betty says, screw that noise. There's a different way to consume the outdoors. There's a different way to be outside that doesn't have to be the way you've told us. And you know what? We've shown that there are a lot of women that want to do that and participate that way too. So it's just a great vehicle for us to say, here's an opportunity to do something that's healthy and healing for you and get to bond with women in a way you don't normally, but also tackle something that's intimidating and scary and that you didn't think you were capable of.